lot of the kind of clarity came after I started digging into the Ethereum protocol more and started doing more research on things like Casper and WebAssembly and some of the newer protocols that they were wanting to implement. And as soon as I started to dig into these proposed upgrades, I more and more realized the original merit of the Bitcoin protocol. Along the same lines, the BSV fork happened, and a lot more material was coming out on actual real roadmap to scaling, and a lot of it started to make more and more sense. The parallelization of the UTXO model as opposed to the state-based model that appear in other smart contract platforms. Also proof of stake versus proof of work. After studying proof of stake for a while, essentially you're trying to find a maximum clique in a random graph, which is a well-known MP hard problem. And so, you're really running into fundamental mathematical limits on a lot of these proposed strategies on smart contract platforms. And actually, the original Bitcoin protocol actually solved those problems for you. So why reinvent the wheel? We want to build the smart contract platform like it always should have been built the first time, on top of Bitcoin itself. Couple points on that. One of which is that, theoretically, you can run smart contracts directly on Bitcoin scripting language. We saw a presentation earlier about script, which is a really interesting compiler that can take down a Solidity-like language down into the Bitcoin script opcodes. And if you compare the Bitcoin script opcodes to the Ethereum virtual machine opcodes, I mean, they're pretty much just both kind of full service VMs, and so there's not too much difference there. But with Gear, really, we do make a slight security model assumption difference as opposed to the miners running everything. We really rely on the incentives of the actual application developer. For instance, if you're writing a contract and you're the application developer, you're incentivized to then go and host that contract. And then, just like how we have in the real world, we have auditors, we have legal service providers, and so on. Then those people can come in, plug into the system, and start validating the current state of the contracts. And then we use things like real world law and other mechanisms like how we do in the real world. And I do think that smart contracts really do augment law and really can be a strong force in automation, in law, and law tech in general. And so they're not really mutually exclusive. And so I'm honestly, I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing what comes in that area to come, especially with the Gear platform. We really set it up so that legal service providers and auditors really have direct means. Imagine if the assets you're working with and the actual exchange that you're depositing orders into are all audited, and they can individually be verified down to the memory level of the isolated VM which is running that piece of code. This is like a whole new paradigm in auditing, and it's going to be really easy to automate, and I think it's going to be a powerful protocol.